Now, Tau is my one to watch. It's not my cherry ripe yet. Now, for a very good reason. Tau is only just breaking out of this, you say, multi-year downtrend. That's fine. Looks actually pretty good. However, we can often get fooled by something that's running really hard, breaking down trends, and then it does a full retrace back to its breakout and maybe even drops beneath and rips everyone to shreds. The optimal place to buy Tau, I think, is up at some of these core levels where we're actually making higher highs. So we're coming up here, we're seeing we're a clear breaking trend. Now, you might say, well, gee, that's really far away this end. That's 55%. But we just need to remember what area we're in. We're in a bear market. None of these alts have proved itself yet. We want to wait for, I guess, confirmation on where it's at. And you're waiting 55% to try and capture the next however many percent, but you're leaving that on the table. Now, if you want to take more risk, breaking of downtrend is actually a good place to start looking. But I think we want to be waiting for closes through these core moving averages. And it's definitely trying to do that. On the weekly, that's a pretty good sign. But just have a look what it's done previously. Whenever we've closed on the weekly through that 50-week moving average, you can see big, strong close. You go, yep, you ripper, this is going to keep going. Then it's goes to the next level, rips down, rips down, rips down, shakes you out, and keeps making lower lows until the trend just completely collapses. Did it again through here, went up a little bit further, then full collapse. So we just want to be very careful. And I think the core principle is still waiting for those horizontals to get taken. Hype has been the strongest crypto that I've seen of one of the larger market cap ones through this entire phase. And I love this structure. So Hype, beautiful high, 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 low, high, 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 low. Like, it looks really nice. And it's reclaimed its 200-day moving average. This is like really what you want to see. The pullback, this breach through a horizontal, but then a full retrace to rip everyone's hearts out and those stop losses to get taken out. And then this beautiful green close, bold candle close back through that area. I like that. I think that looks quite strong for continuation. It's probably likely that it continues up, but it is weakening a little bit here. So I'm a bit in two minds. I think we need to sensibly wait for some kind of weekly close, and that's where I would like this big bold candle through this horizontal that I've got there. I want to see some kind of close through my hammer level, and after that, she should have juice to go to that next, $51 region. So I like this chart a bit more than Tau. Tau's still in a mega downtrend, and it's trying to break up from a fair way back. And if I go to Hype BTC, you can just see how beautiful this is. Now, I had to do a custom chart. There really is. There's one Bitstamp pair, but there's not a lot of price history, and I just think this was a little bit better in terms of liquidity. But I just want to show you this. It has very little price history, but what has Hype done versus BTC? It's flipped its all-time high. It's out. It's breaking out. So I think if Hype, it closed here, this was a really great sign. That's probably a buy signal for me to move into Hype. And then you've got this next weekly candle here. If we can close again above, this all-time high level, then it looks pretty good. But I want to wait maybe for next week. And there's no right or wrong. These trading setups, they can invalidate. There's never a sure thing. And I think, and because there's not a straight pair, it can become pretty difficult if you're trading from Bitcoin. But I'm just looking at this in terms of just directionally, also for strength. What is it looking like? So we've got Hype. It's a wild looking chart if I just zoom out and think. And I remember I was pretty big on Monero being something you wanted to look at because it was breaking out of a 10-year horizontal. You can see whack, 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 and then it broke out through here on a weekly time scale. This candle here was a buy for me. I saw this strong weekly candle. And then from that point, I was correct because it went up 43% from that point. So great trade if you got into it and managed to get out or manage risk, fantastic. But since that point, it's down 57%. It's done a Bitcoin retracement and it's still 47% down from the high. What is ugly about this is it lost the breakout, closed back beneath, lost its uptrend. It's just horrible. It's cooked. And then you have a look at this uptrend, like I said, was ripped down and broken. So there's a bear trend developing here. It's now using the 10 weekly EMA as resistance. Let's draw a little triangle there, and weekly bearish engulfing candles happening here through this trend. So this looks like she wants to actually come down to the next level, probably 265, maybe 209. Like, as a Monero investor, you just be ripping your hair out. Like, eventually this thing is going to go to ridiculous heights, but my goodness, 2017, 2021, all the way back down. 2026, all the way back down. Are we coming back to the 200 week or lower? Who knows? But that is a bearish setup for me. Danger zone written all over it. And I just zoom in. Yeah, it's looking like, I mean, that's a good chart that I would short. I'm looking at that going, oh, there's weakness there. I'd just be shorting this down. Momentum pointing down, everything looking ugly. And I might just go back to highlight that on the weekly time scale. Yeah, it's found resistance on the 50 on the RSI and it's curling over. Yuck. Hi guys, thanks for watching the full altcoin Bible here. If you want to watch the premium version of this session where I look at Bitcoin, I look at gold, and I expand on some of those charts showing you the Bitcoin pairs, make sure to become a newsletter subscriber by clicking the link below. You also get access to weekly sessions with Joe and myself when we go into all aspects of the macroeconomic cycle and also crypto. Have a great day.